What is up, YouTube? It's Alex here. I'm finally back on YouTube. I'm sorry I've been away for so long because I've just been so caught up with life and school, but I'm finally done for the school. I'm now on summer break, so now I'm finally back on YouTube, ready to make some more videos and just entertain you guys. So today's video is especially for you Spidey fans and webheads out there, and also being that Homecoming is just around the corner. So yep, today I'll be going over a special review video for you guys. So right here, yep, that's my new Homecoming suit, and I'll be sporting this for the midnight premiere and the photo shoot and meetup that we're gonna be having in the city, like during that movie weekend 2 weeks from now. So I'll be wearing this and going over in depth. So stay tuned for that, and you know. So this suit right here is from RPC Studio. I got this about 2-3 weeks ago, got it in the mail. So stay until the end of the video and I'll be going in depth about the RPC Studio and just reviewing them, you know, how my shopping experience was with them, and you know, whether it was a positive or negative experience. So stay tuned and stay till the end of that video for that part. So yep, that's a much closer in depth shot. I'm not sure if you could see that well, but I am using my DSLR, so I guess the quality is a bit better as opposed to my previous videos where I've just been using my iPhone. So I am using my new camera, you know, just experimenting with it. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's picking that up, but yeah, this suit has that basketball raised texture, which is, you know, screen accurate, and then that embossed spider logo. And then the back spider. Yep, that's also. So this suit, this entire suit is screen printed on colored fabric. So I would say 98% of the suit is screen printed, and I'm very surprised with this suit because you know, like screen printed, I was nervous that, you know, like when I try it on, it would be too tight and my mobility, you know, movement would be a bit restricted, but I'm very surprised. There's no restriction to this suit at all. It's like I can move freely and just do about any poses or movements in this suit. So yeah, and then let me just back up so you get a better shot. So this suit has that U zipper, you know, to preserve the back spider, the logo. And then some added in extras. I'm not sure, wait, yeah. Let me just. Yep, it has that invisible forearm zipper, if you could see that. So yeah, just some added in extras for no extra cost. They could add in the invisible forearm zippers, so it's much easier to access your phone because, you know, the glove aren't fingerprint sensitive. And another added in extra that I told them that I wanted added in was, you know, I'm not sure if you could see that, but the crotch zippers. I know, guys, some of you are gonna say that's a bit pretty stupid and it's gonna kill the look, but I mean, you know, if you're gonna go to Comic Cons and then you're gonna be standing in line for hours, yeah, it's gonna help you a lot because you know, it's much easier to go to the bathroom. You don't have to take off the entire suit to go to the bathroom, because taking it off the suit is, you know, a pain in the butt. So that helps you a lot. So let me just back up and, you know, and then for, I know, well, maybe some of you guys might say it's a bit too expensive, but you know, for more movie accuracy, you could also ask the RPC Studio. There is an add-in option for an extra $90. You could ask them to add in the web cartridges to the suit to make it more movie accurate. So, and then you could see that black pattern going along. That's all screen printed too. And then you could also ask them to add in these Kung Fu soles. They're black just like the movie, so that's screen accurate. So you could just tell them your shoe size, it's in European size, so you would have to convert that, you know, from American size to European size. But you know, you could tell them to add in the Kung Fu shoes for no additional cost. Or if you just don't want the soles and you want to customize it to your own, you could also tell them that you don't want soles onto your suit. And yep. Alright, now let's get into it. I'll be trying on this suit, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, this is me in my Spidey suit. Alright, so let me give you guys an up close look. That's the raised spider emblem right there. And these are my web shooters. I'll go in detail of where I got them just in a sec. And then the back. And let me pan down for you. Yep. Alright, so this is my homecoming suit from RPC Studio, and I haven't told you guys which version this is. This is their RPC Paint V8 or V9. I'm not too sure which exact version it is, but I'll make sure to leave you guys a link below to, you know, if you guys want to purchase this suit yourself. So, yep. So, yeah, the screen printed web pattern, the honeycomb pattern on the blue. And this face shell and the magnetic lens set, it's not from the RPC Studio. I got this separately from a seller named Pete's Props. He also goes by John Donaldson. He was on Etsy, but I believe he deleted his Etsy profile, so if you want to buy stuff from him, now you have to contact him through Facebook, so I'll also leave you a link to his profile in case you guys are interested in buying some of his replica props. And these web shooters are also from him, John Donaldson. He's based from the UK. He is an awesome dude, and he replies to your messages very quickly, and he's a very trustworthy dude, so he will not disappoint. And these web shooters ran me around 125 bucks plus shipping from the UK, and he is very trustworthy. He sends you the tracking info, the Royal Mail, within like given 3-4 days max. And it got to me within like a week. The same with the face shell. The face shell and lens set ran me around 105 bucks, which is very cheap, much cheaper than the RPC Studios version, which runs you like 190 bucks without the shipping. And in my personal opinion, I feel like these are more movie accurate and much better compared to the RPC Studio, which is very surprising because, you know, RPC Studio, they make great stuff, but I found this to be a bit more accurate and better made compared to the RPC Studio. And then same with the web shooters. They are way more movie accurate compared to this crap that I got. I mean, I don't want to hate on RPC Studio, but I paid an extra 90 bucks for these web shooters made by RPC Studio, and I gave them my like, they asked for my wrist size, and then I provided them with it, and, you know, I got them with the suit, and I tried them on, but, way big on me, and I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work out, so I tried adjusting them, but, you know, it wasn't cutting it. It didn't really work out, so I got these bad boys. And, if you compared the RPC Studio to John's web shooters, see how much of a length difference that is? If you could see that. you see the RPC Studio's web shooter, like the length is much shorter than John's, and John's right here, he got it on point. It's longer, and the paddles much longer and accurate. And then inside it's magnetic. He was generous enough to include like a strap that you wear inside your hand and then attaches magnetically. And also he was generous enough to include if I could just get this out. Yeah, he included 6 more of these web cartridges as extras in case you break them or lose them. And then, you know, it just attaches. If I could get it in. Yeah, just like that. And voila. So, yep. And then the mask, I got the detached hood mask option from RPC Studio. I think you have to pay like an extra $30 for that option. And then the default, it comes attached to the suit, but I wanted it detached because it's more movie accurate, and plus it's more convenient if I get a bit too hot in this suit and I want to take it off, or I'm sweating, or even if I want to eat something. It's like I don't have to take the entire suit off. I can just, you know, take the mask off. And then, I'm not too sure if you could see that, but yeah, like right there, it's like the detached hood. So, yeah. I'm not sure if you can see that, but let me just go lower. Okay, whatever. So, yep. Again, let me get a closer view on that. Yep, that's the lug. Alright. And then the back spider. I mean, I like what they did with the back spider. Well, I'm not too sure if I like it, but I mean, I guess I'm okay with it, but I like their first version better, like what they did with the prototype, because the back spider was a bit more raised in the previous version, like their prototypes. And then I thought it was a bit more movie accurate, but then what they did to the final product, you know, it's just flat. I mean, I guess they did that because for better mobility and, you know, to stretch out better. But it would have been nicer if they tried, you know, working and experimenting with the back spider more, like they did with the first versions they did. Alright, so I guess that's a closer view of the suit. And now I'm gonna go over RPC Studio's review, like, you know, what my experience was with them, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, like the pros and cons of RPC Studio compared to all the other like places that you can get like your Spidey suits at. Alright guys, now I'm gonna be giving you guys a completely honest and unbiased review and opinion on the RPC Studio. So I'll be going over like what it was like, my overall shopping experience with the RPC Studio. And guys, just so you know, I am not affiliated with the RPC Studio whatsoever. I happen to be a regular customer who just bought one of their products on their website. So yeah, but before I go into that, let me give you guys just a few more specific details on the suit. So, like I said, the suit that I got here was Brandon Gilbert's pattern, the RPC Paint Homecoming suit. So I believe that was the V9 or V8 version. I have to check to make sure which exact version that was, but I'll make sure to give you guys a link below to 3 of their different patterns. So they have 3 different patterns now on their website. So this version by Brandon Gilbert, the suit that I got. And then in 2 other versions is by Gunhead Design, which is also the Homecoming pattern, the RPC Paint version. So yeah, one of their version is the classic red and blue, like the one that I have, and then their other Gunhead Design pattern is the original Homecoming pattern, but it's the special edition, their symbiote version. So instead of your traditional red and blue, it's black and silver. So yeah, those are the other 2 patterns that they have, and this one, the Brandon Gilbert pattern. And then let me just give you the few specifics on like the fit, like the sizing of this suit. So with all the other suits on RPC Studio, you could give RPC Studio your exact body measurements, and then they'll custom tailor it for you for no additional charge. And I recommend you go with that option because, you know, if you're gonna pay all that money for such an amazing suit, you might as well have a suit that's perfectly made for you, right? But if you guys don't like that option or are too lazy, you know, to measure yourself, you could also go with their already pre-made sizes from size small to XXX large, I believe that they have. But yeah. But then, like I was gonna just say, what it is with their RPC paint version suits as opposed to their regular other spandex on color fabric suits, I would say the fit on their RPC paint versions, it fits a little bit more snug, like fits right on you, like almost like a second layer, I would say. Because I guess they wanted to go with that movie accurate look. So for you big guys out there, like with a muscular build or have some extra baggage, I would say to give yourself a few extra centimeters or inches when you're giving the measurements to RPC Studio, because you wouldn't want a suit that's way too tight on you, right? So yeah, if you guys like that loose, more of a loose fit, yeah, I would say give yourself a few more inches or centimeters when you're giving the RPC Studio your exact measurements. But if you guys like that slim fit, that snug fit, and then also especially you slim guys out there, the suit will look great on you. You will look like actual Spidey. But yeah, just a heads up warning for you guys about the sizing. Now let's go on with the honest opinion and review on the RPC Studio. So, where do I start? I guess I would say it was a bit of a more roller coaster ride for me. I had my ups and downs with the RPC Studio. So, okay, let me start off with how I discovered the RPC Studio. So, back in October of last year, I cosplayed as Spidey from Civil War, but I bought one of the suits on Zentai Zone because, you know. But I don't know, over time, like, I see that the color is fading, and I see that it's very cheaply made, and it looks also a bit cheesy, and I wanted a more accurate suit. And being that Homecoming was coming out, like, next year during that time, I was like, you know, I want to re-cosplay as Spidey for the next upcoming New York Comic Con, which is now, like, later in October of this year. So, yeah, I am gonna re-cosplay as Spidey from Homecoming. But yeah, I said I wanted a more accurate, movie-accurate, quality-made suit. And then, I don't know, I came across the RPC Studio, and then I was just blown away how amazing their suits looked, like on some of the reviews, like some of the people made on their YouTube, and then it seems like YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, the RPC Studio, they're heavily reliant on social media. They're on Facebook and Instagram a lot. So they're promoting their new products and their suits on Facebook and Instagram. So I saw so many pictures and YouTube reviews, and I was just blown away how amazing their suits look. So I went on their site, and at the time, they only had one of the Tom Holland MCU version of their suit, which was their regular spandex fabric printing suit, and they didn't even have any of the Homecoming suits yet because it was still earlier of last year. But yeah, the only versions they had was their patterns was from the Civil War movie, and they called it Underoos. Like, they had a couple of different versions. They had ones with muscle shading and without muscle shading, and then what's it called? But then even their regular versions, and then I also was curious, so I checked on their RPC paint versions. But then they only had the TASM 1 and TASM 2 at the time, which was their RPC paint versions, and I thought the price was just way too high. They said that the starting price was like $630 for the RPC paint versions. So yeah, like I said, at time, their regular suits were still like around $270, which I thought was very expensive. So I was like, okay, I need to save up some money if I want one of those suits. And then by the time Christmas time came around, they teased their RPC paint version of the Homecoming suit. And then I was just blown away how amazing it looked and how movie accurate it was. And I was like, damn, once that suit comes out, I need to get that because I'm a diehard Spidey fan. But then I knew it was gonna break my bank because being that their TASM 1 and 2 versions of the RPC paint suits, it was way over $600. And then by the time this came out, I was like, oh boy. And then I was right, but then they said, they teased it, and by the end of December, they said they would have it up on sale after New Year's Day. And then, yeah, they put it up on sale, and then I was right. It was the same price with all their other RPC paint version suits. The starting price was $630 for each suit. But at the time, they only had one pattern available, and that pattern was by Gunhead Design. And then I was like, damn, how am I gonna get $630, right? So I looked at all my options, and then I applied for a new credit card, and then that's how I bought this suit. So now I'm in debt. I'm paying off my bills every month, right? But I guess that's the price of being a Spidey fan, but whatever. I bet you guys don't care about that. But yeah. So I bought my suit, and then about a week later, RPC Studio emailed me saying that they got my payment, and now my suit is in its fabric printing stage. And then that got me excited. But then after that, I haven't heard back from them until like about a month later, which was like the second week of February. They sent me a second update email now saying that my suit was in its sewing stage. And then that got me very excited. I was like, I'm gonna get my suit soon. But oh yeah, just another heads up warning for you guys. If you're like an impatient person like me, I'm sorry guys, but you are gonna have to wait like a lot if you are ordering from the RPC Studio, because RPC Studio says that their turnaround time for any suit is at least 6 to 10 weeks. And you have to understand, because you know how much detail they put into this suit, you would have to understand why it would take that long. But yeah, I mean, I guess the first several months I wasn't like that impatient and frustrated because I knew I had to give them at least 6 to 10 weeks, and I knew what I was in for. So I was like, okay, whatever. So yeah. And then I guess by the, I don't know, end of March, that's when I started getting a bit curious and anxious. So I Facebook messaged and emailed the RPC Studio just to check in, you know, whether there's have been any new updates on my suit. And then they replied back to me saying, sorry, there's been a delay because there's just so much detail in this suit that they have to put into. So they said it's been delayed for another month. And then after they sent me that message, they sent out like a general public discretion, like a message to everyone saying that it's been delayed a month. And they said they'll try to finish it by the end of April and start shipping out then. But unfortunately, they couldn't keep their promise with me. So by the time of April came around, I was like, hey guys, you said you would ship it out by the end of April. Is my suit ready or anything? And then they said, sorry, they're still working on my suit. They said they will have it shipped out by the end of next week, which is now we're entering like the beginning of May. So I was like, okay, I should expect my suit like, I don't know, the second week of May, I supposed at the time. But then yeah, during this time they also added in a new add-in option. So yeah, they added in these they added in these options. So like the web cartridge add-in on the suits for an extra $50. So let me just hold on, put that back. So yeah, for an extra $50, and then I don't know, some of you guys might think that's a bit expensive for just an extra add-on, But I'm all about that movie accuracy, so I was like, I emailed and messaged them saying, hey, could I still add in, you know, the web cartridges if you guys are still making my suit? And then they replied back to me saying, sure, no problem, just send us the extra $50. So they sent me a PayPal invoice through my email, and then I sent them the $50. But I haven't heard back from them after paying back. So like within 2 or 3 days later, I had to confirm with them. And I like to be like affirmative and make sure things are right with just about anyone. So yeah, I wanted to confirm with them, so I emailed back saying, hey, did you guys get my payment? And then they said, sure, like, yeah, we did. But then after that email, I haven't heard back from them. So yeah, or well, no, even a week passed, and then like I still didn't get any tracking info or anything from them, because they did promise me, they said they would ship it by the end of next week, but I didn't hear back from them. So I was like, hey, what's going on? And then they said, sorry, they're in the process of adding the web cartridges to my suit. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I sent you guys the extra $50 payment for the web cartridges like the past week, and then now you're telling me you're just starting to add them just now? So I was like, what have you guys been doing the past week? And I'm like, okay, whatever. So that kind of annoyed me a bit. So yeah, I guess I was, I don't know, having to wait another 2 weeks, I thought. And then now we're in towards the mid-May, like towards the end of May. And then I'm seeing all these other people getting their RPC Paint homecoming suits already, like judging by their Facebook pictures and their Instagram pictures. And I'm like, how are you guys getting your suit already, like way before me, when I ordered it before you guys? And then I don't know, that got me even more annoyed. So I had to message the email back RPC Studio again. And guys, just another heads up warning, if you guys are gonna order from the RPC Studio, just make sure to be very consistent with them and constantly messaging and emailing them to check up on your order. Because you guys might think that could be a bit annoying on their end, but trust me, like, they will reply back to you if you are consistent with them, like, eventually. So you just have to be consistent with them on your end. But yeah, so I emailed and messaged them back, and then they said, you know, they would ship it around by towards the end of May. And then by this time, they added in another option. They teased their own web shooters at the time, and then they at the time, because they were still working on it, it was a prototype. But then they finally put up another option available, their own web shooter option for an additional $90. And then I did have my own web shooters, like my homemade web shooters at the time. But then, like I said again, I'm all about that movie accuracy, and I wanted a better made web shooters to go along with my homecoming suit. So then I said, hey, if you guys are still making my suit and I haven't shipped it out yet, could I also now add in the web shooter option? And they said sure, they could do that. So I had to send them again the additional $90 after them sending me the PayPal invoice. And then they emailed me for my wrist size, because they custom size these according to, wait, why isn't that focusing? Anyways, yeah, they make these according to your wrist size. So I sent them the additional $90 and then sent them my wrist size. But again, I haven't heard back from them after sending them the payment. So like 2-3 days later, I messaged them saying, hey, did you get my payment and my wrist size? And then they said, yeah, they got my payment, but they need my wrist size again. And I'm like, are you guys kidding me? I sent you my wrist size and the payment 2 days ago, and you're saying you need my wrist size again? That means you guys didn't start making it yet. So I had to send them my wrist size again, and then yeah, and then they told me they'll have everything shipped out by the end of next week. What do you know? Still no reply. I'm still waiting on any type of tracking info, so I had to message them back. And guess what happened? They finally messaged me back and saying, like, they deeply apologized to me, saying that, well, no, let me backtrack a bit. So yeah, when I did message them saying, don't worry, we just sent your package to their shipment courier, like I guess they work with DHL, that's their shipment courier. And they said, don't worry, your order, like your suit, is now in the process of like being shipped out. So yeah, that got me excited. And then I said, well, how long does that process take? And they said, give or take, give it like 3 days max. And then I waited. And then again, I'm still waiting on any type of tracking info because I didn't get any reply or any type of tracking info. And then that's when I messaged them on Facebook and then emailed them saying, hey, I'm still waiting on the tracking info. And this is when the news hit me and got me very frustrated and ticked me off with RPC Studio. They emailed me back saying they deeply apologized. Their shipment courier lost a lot of packages, and my package and order happened to be amongst one of those packages that got lost. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I had to wait all these months. I had to constantly message and email you guys back and forth, and now you're telling me you lost my suit. And then yeah, and then those guys said they apologized and they said don't worry, they'll remake my suit and everything else, and then they'll have it shipped out by the end of next week. And I was like, okay, as long as you guys could make that happen. But then I also told them, well, if you guys are gonna remake me the suit, and then I don't know if I mentioned it like a few minutes ago, but yeah, by this time they had 2 other patterns, like I said, one by Brandon Gilbert, and then the other like being the symbiote suit. And then after looking at like a lot of comparisons and promo pics, like I found Brandon Gilbert's pattern to be more accurate to the movie. So I was like, hey, if you guys are gonna remake me the suit, could I change it to the Brandon Gilbert's pattern? And he said, sure, no problem. And then also, being that RPC Studio, they're generous enough to include a free t-shirt with any order, but then you have to like buy their product at full price. So no free t-shirt included if you're buying like one from their flash sale. Or so yeah, they include free t-shirts with every order. And then I said, if you guys are including like, hey, I know you guys include a free t-shirt with every order, so can you guys make sure to also include, you know, the Spidey Homecoming t-shirt color red, because you know that's Spidey's color. And I asked for a size large because that's my t-shirt size. And I don't know, they didn't respond to that message, but I guess they listened like on their end, so they sent me the right shirt. But yeah, and then yeah, when they told me that they were gonna remake me the suit within a week and have it shipped out, like I was skeptical at first, because like they said like their turnaround time is at least 6 to 10 weeks for a suit, and now like those guys were telling me like within a week. How's that possible? So I was skeptical at first, but then they delivered. They finally kept their promise this time. So like a week later, like they shipped it out and they sent me the tracking info, and then I was tracking it, and it seemed like they kept their promise. It was on its way to, you know, my address. And then about a week later, UPS had it not UPS, DHL had it finally delivered to my front door. And then I opened it, and as soon as I opened it, I was amazed. I was like, I went through all that trouble and hell with RPC Studio, but I think it was well worth it. So yeah, I guess that was my experience with the RPC Studio. I had my ups and downs with them. So if you guys, you know, if you ever come across RPC Studio and buy anything from them, I wish your guys' experience isn't as bad as it was for me. But yeah, so I guess that was my overall opinion and honest review with the RPC Studio. And I just love my suit. I'm gonna be sporting this for the movie premiere. That's happening in next week. So you Spidey fans and web heads out there, hope you guys enjoy Spidey Week next week, the Spidey weekend. And for any of you New Yorkers going to New York Comic Con this year later in October, I hope to see you guys there. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, so make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below, but please make sure to be nice with the comments, because, you know, I am still learning to make some good YouTube videos to entertain you guys. So anyways, alright, see you guys next time. Peace out.